What's up, guys? So I'm going to go into a couple of different topics really quick because I always make non-stop edits of these stupid videos because I go on rants and I gotta stay on topic. So the first topic is Jon Jones and his his accused drug use. We all know he's done cocaine in the past, and now he's been tested positive for picograms of Trinabol. Here is the latest news, and this is news that you might not even have seen anywhere else. Hopefully, this video could possibly go viral. I don't know. It wouldn't matter to my channel. I wouldn't see the money anyway from it. But think about this, guys. Something called Cheque Drops. Damn near uncontrollable aggression. It's very short-term strength gains, but it's better than almost any other oral steroid. Possibly almost like Superdrol, something like that, except it works even faster. It's somewhat like testosterone with no ester, except that's injected, so that's different. And I don't know what the detection rate of that is either, but obviously, like if the USADA labs come to your house and you got injection marks or whatever, maybe they know. Maybe it's just easier to test for synthetic testosterone than it is what he's taking, which I believe is called Cheque Drops. And one of my buddies told me about, like, you know how a friend of a friend of a friend tells you someone's taking something. Now, I at first thought to him, like, I've never heard of it. I don't know what he's talking about. And he said he took these supposed drops under his tongue, and he got jacked as hell, like ripped, just shredded, strong, everything. And of course, I just in ear, out ear. That's what I was thinking. Not to disrespect him, but there's just so much information and misinformation out there. But then this Jon Jones thing pops up, so you got the whole interwebs, commenting about what's going on. And I looked into it further, went to an MMA site, and then the MMA sites do, these guys are all very investigative. They want to know what's going on. And apparently, Cheque Drops is one of the strongest anabolic substances ever made. And it just happens to have some sort of trace amounts of Trinabol. So that makes sense. If there's only even a milligram or less, or less, I don't even know, and it's in and out of the system so quickly, then he's able to take these Cheque Drops during workouts, maybe even once or twice a day. Just take it say you take the Cheque Drop at 7 in the morning, and it's out of your system at 9, and they come and test your ass, and they don't know what the hell Cheque Drops are. They don't know what it is. It's apparently it's so hard to come by that what pops up is some crazy Trinabol picogram, and they're like, well, all right, it doesn't seem to be doing any benefit. Little do they know, he's getting some serious benefits, so he might be a cheating, lying bastard after all, guys. And the thing about any type of steroid, even if it's injectable or if it's oral, you take a D-ball in the morning and you go work out an hour later, you're gonna feel it, guys. It hits your brain. You can just tell that you're on something. You can just tell, even if it's especially if it's your first cycle. My buddy told me that you feel a little bit of euphoria, and you just feel really, really strong all of a sudden. It's weird. He had a really hard session in the gym, and he was like, I'm gonna take a few D-ball just to recover. He wasn't even on a cycle of it, but even 1 or 2 will help. So, or some people take it pre-workout. They don't take it day and night, like you're really supposed to, which is like a true cycle. They just take it before they work out, and that's it. Like, that's their pre-workout. I mean, maybe a little bit of caffeine will help as well, but like they take the D-ball before they work out, and you get very, very swole. It pulls water into your muscles, and you look very full and big. But what Jon is doing, I'm not sure what Cheque Drops actually does to your physique. Maybe it just gives you strength. There's some steroids, well, they won't make you look big, but they will get you strong. Anavar's one of them. Like, you won't look like you're getting any bigger on Anavar, and maybe unless you're taking a lot of it. But if you're just taking like a base dose of Anavar, you could take it and you won't see any difference in your physique, but you're going to get really strong. So it's something like that. Rumors was that Tyson took Cheque Drops, and that's why he bit Holyfield's ear. He was out of control aggressive, and it did seem out of character for him. He just was so frustrated and angry in that fight that he literally flipped out. Literally, he just cracked. He snapped in the ring. I'm not saying he did a good thing, or I mean, obviously it wasn't a good thing, but it just is what it is. It's in the past. He did it. He got a lot of shit for it, and that was that. But Jon Jones has not gotten enough shit for the shit he's done. Guys have been suspended for, Frank Mir was suspended for 2 years for supposedly eating tainted meat, and he had the same amount of like picograms that Jones is found with. So it's like, what the fuck? Why are they treating Jones any differently than Frank Mir? I just don't get it. Somebody else was popped. I forget. But I just been reading too much information here. But this guy said that Jamie had deleted his comment twice. So, and that's exactly what he wrote here. Everything about Cheque Drops. Jon more than likely believed he was taking Cheque Drops and ended up with a fake, which ended up being Turinabol. So, I don't think that's really true. It's just that Cheque Drops clear your system in under half a day, which would explain why he got popped on his pre-fight test between the weigh-ins and fight day. He had well over a day to get his stuff in and out of his system, or maybe he was using it leading up to weigh-in day. This is just what somebody else wrote. But, I mean, I think he was probably taking the real Cheque Drops, because obviously something tested positive. I don't think he was taking Turinabol, because Turinabol is just weak, and it's just, it can be detected way too long. The metabolites, the long ester, well, I don't know if I want to really call it that, but let's just call it that. The long ester metabolites show up, for like 11 months, given or take. The bullshit that he's talking about is that 18 months goes by, and Joe Rogan's talking about it, and then Jeff Novinsky's talking about this pulsing effect. Bullshit. Complete bullshit. Oh, it's lying dormant in my muscle cells. Look at all this body fat I have. I mean, I have probably less body fat than Jon Jones right now. And, if I was going to go in for a test and say, oh, it's just this, it's this little tiny baby gut that my fat cells are storing these tiny little metabolites. I don't buy it at all. And he's a thin guy already. So, and sometimes they're saying, oh, well, there's fat cells around your organs, and this Turinabol is being stored there. And then one day it doesn't show up, and then the next day it does show up. It doesn't make sense. So I do believe that since posts have been deleted on Rogan's channel from Jamie, that he does believe Cheque Drops are real, and I believe that Jon Jones was taking Cheque Drops. So yeah, go back and look at some of my videos, guys. Though if you want to see my physique, if you care enough, this is what it looks like now at 160. I'm about to go to bed, so yeah, I am. I don't have a shirt on, but this is what my body looks like. The abs are weak. I don't do any ab work. This is just basically, leaned out, so I don't do ab work, but I do stress them doing certain other exercises. And then I have a little bit of lats. Chest is, not the most ripped, but, ripped enough. Sort of got the Arnold look in a very small package, I believe. That's what I was going for, with the more big shoulders. And then, he didn't have the biggest traps, but he really knew how to show them off. I can't really do it. But his were much bigger than mine. I mean, he was lifting way heavier weights, and then plus the guy was like 240 pounds. I'm 160 pounds. I tried to get the mini Arnold body, whereas my legs aren't too big. But his chest was just massive, so it's, I'd have to. I was going for more bigger shoulders, because when you have big shoulders, it gives you like the illusion that you're bigger. And people actually now comment on my body. Complete strangers will comment on my body, even in a shirt. They'll say, "Holy shit, dude, you look jacked." And I'm like, well, thank you. I work out like anywhere from 5 days a week to sometimes 4 days a week, but sometimes twice a day. So it just all depends. And I do very, very, very high volume workouts. So like, I don't necessarily stick to 8x8s, but if I do 6 sets of something, it's always 20. I stay away from heavy weights recently because I don't want any injuries. My body just doesn't like heavy weight. I can do heavy weight. I benched 245 pounds, which on my frame, it felt quite heavy, but I did it. And I didn't feel the stress really in my chest. It wasn't my chest that was giving out. It was more of my arms, like the joints. So like, the weight strength-wise was going up. Chest, no problem, because I work on my chest on some machines, whereas I'll put some heavy weight on there and I'll pound it out. I'll get like 20 out of there, and then I just keep going until it's exhausted. So it's just a different way of working out. I mean, I can do a lot of more flexibility training, but I just don't. I could do the handlebars. We have like these long ass monkey bars, actually. I don't know why I said handlebars. Monkey bars that I can get across no problem. I tend to do the long swings instead of going like this, because this for me is harder on my forearms. I would rather grab onto something really hard and use momentum, because I was a former gymnast, so the swinging is easier for me. Anyways, guys, so that's it. Skip to my older videos if you want to see what my physique looked like then. Any of my product reviews, especially the BSN Whey DNA, I believe it was called. I looked so small, guys. And the sad thing is I worked out like a lot then. I just hadn't joined a gym. It's just like, just doing a lot of different exercises really opens up, like, especially like I do an exercise at the gym where it's just the typical side to side shoulder workout, but I max the whole thing out and I can do it 20 times, like every time. So I got that strength up quick because my shoulders were like newbie shoulders for this machine, so they took to growing quickly. And then, of course, you could just do the standard free weight arm raises, but it's harder because you're actually using other muscles. If you're only doing the machine, you can hyper focus onto the shoulder. You can hyper focus on it. So I think that's why they grew so quickly. And then it helps you on bench day to have a little bit more shoulder strength. As I noticed on the day that I just had like my epic 4-hour gym workout, just the best ever. I've never had one since. In a full year, I've never had a better workout than I did this one specific day. It was crazy. I just felt like unstoppable. I did drink 2 energy drinks at 2 different times, but I really didn't feel jittery or anything like that, but I just felt like I just had unlimited energy. it was just something about that day. It was just like the perfect workout day, and I barely ever feel like that. So anyways, guys, yeah, it's nice to get noticed outside the gym. It really is, because people in the gym, they barely give you any compliments. A couple of guys have. They said, "Oh, I really aspire to your physique," and I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here! I'm small. Like, 160 is nothing." Most guys, are like 190. You know, I mean, there's a couple of muscle heads in there that are pretty damn big. Where I was like, I could never eat enough food to get that big. I'm at the biggest that I want to be right now. I just want to be a little bit more shredded. That's about it. Give or take 4 or 5 pounds. 155. I could cut to 155 a little bit, but be more ripped because I just feel too heavy. I feel too heavy in. This is gonna get a little personal, but I feel too heavy in bed. Like having sex, I feel too heavy. So I'm having to move more weight, and my legs get tired, my ankles get tired. Whereas my upper body is so much stronger than my legs and my flexibility that my ankles start getting on fire. Like they're getting no oxygen down there because I don't run, and it just is what it is. So I don't want to start ranting again. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. I hope you enjoy it, and stick around for the whole video. It's pretty interesting. And then let's see what this Jon Jones shit unfolds. Peace.